What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Cloud Slayer channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Coming back at you with another ramble here before the weekend. What is it, Thursday? We're going to be traveling down to the cities here tomorrow sometime afternoon. Very freaking excited to hang out with a couple of the homies, man, a couple of the buddies, Going to go hit up that Dave's Hot Chicken. We'll try to have like a review on how we feel about the chicken and where we would kind of like rank it, I guess. But I'm sure it'll be good, especially like first time you eat anything, right? It's going to be awesome and stuff like that. So, but we're going down to the cities. We're going to be checking out like the Wabasha street caves and stuff like that. We're going to be heading up this like the tour of that kind of stuff. So there's going to be like the Wabasha street caves, and then there's going to be some like historical stuff on like some of the old gangs back in the day, like any kind of like robberies, probably like the Great Depression era and stuff like that. I didn't dig in too far into some of those stories or anything like that of what they had to offer, because I don't know. I like to be surprised a lot of times, because I don't know. That's just how I am, I like to go in there kind of blind and make that experience a little bit better, for me. Not everybody's like that. A lot of people, they got to research first before they go check something out, which 100% fine. However you choose to do it. So you know what I mean. Just don't judge somebody for it. Everybody's different, and they like to do things differently. So, but I'm not saying you guys are saying that, but that's just how I feel about it. And, get to hang out with some friends, We tried to plan some stuff this whole summer, but nothing seemed to really come together. We checked out a couple abandoned places, and, it wasn't, not that it wasn't like up to what we expected or anything. Well, it wasn't up to what we expected, right? Things just kept falling through, people getting sick, various things like that. That just happens in life, and you just got to accept those things and move forward, and hopefully it continues to get better, and hopefully you can, something better comes along in life, or something that you find. So, but it just takes some digging into, takes some patience, and it makes you, in a way, when those things happen, appreciate, some of the stuff that's been previously released or recorded on like TV and stuff like that. You're like, dang, man, that process is actually really difficult, and it takes people, quite a few people, to set those things up, for something in that aspect of like Ghost Adventures and stuff like that. You don't realize how much goes into it until you go to do it, So it is what it is, in a way, in a sense, I guess. But it brings a greater appreciation. So, and I don't know. I was in a stream like yesterday. This one chick, she streams on Twitch and stuff like that, but she also like creates her own music and stuff like that. But she was saying how, how her friends kind of like tell her how great like her music is and stuff like that, but behind her back they'll be like talking crap and stuff like that, and talking about how life sucks in that aspect and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, it does, but that's where you got to learn that. Probably just don't fuck with those people, man. It's probably best to steer clear of them. They're not really your friends if that's how they are. And you'll come across some people that are going to support you no matter what. Hopefully, I mean, you might not. They could be rare. They are rare and stuff like that. So, but that shouldn't deter you from treating other people like that. Like if, let's say she hates that, right? She should do the opposite of how those people were, because she knows she hated it so much, and don't continue that that trend, that lifestyle, or anything like that going forward when she goes to help somebody else, and help bring them up or something like that, because she obviously understands how hard it is to go through and like create your own music and stuff like that, because it's a very difficult thing to do. I can't really imagine, because I don't really know how to make music like that. You know what I mean? So I think it's awesome, but whether it's good, bad, or whatever, that's up to the listener, right? It's pretty subjective. It could be just not your style of music, or it's this person got a lot of practice to go or something like that. But there's a way to respectfully give them advice and stuff like that. They can either take it or not, and move on from there, and give them pointers, I guess, too, especially when you've already been through that kind of stuff. And it's easy to say it's because it's not you who's going through that, or various things like that. So you just gotta, in a sense, roll with the punches, right? Roll with the punches. Just if they ask for your advice, that's when you give it to them. If they don't ask you for your advice, sometimes you gotta bite your tongue, and you're like, just pray for them. Like, oh man, I understand that, dude. That sucks. Like if you want to talk, I'm here for you. Stuff like that. And when they really want your opinion, they'll ask you for it, right? And that's you just let them know. You don't have to be mean about it. You don't have to, get too upset or anything like that, because there's people that do get upset, and it's understandable, because especially if it's a subject that touches really close to any kind of thing that they experienced, or something that's kind of hurt them, I guess, in the past. They can become passionate about it, and some people, they take that as sometimes they don't think about that when you first say that. They take it as criticism, and they take it as hate, and they think you're bashing them sometimes, even if that's not your intention sometimes, or something like that. They just don't know, because they're not you. They don't have the same experiences. They only know what they're going through and stuff like that. So, and they haven't quite gone through that yet all the way. And, sometimes it's when they're confronted with the truth, most people, they run from it, and they hate it. And, like they say, truth hurts, right? That saying's been around since forever, hundreds of years before I was born, probably, because when you're faced with the truth, man, it punches you square in the face, man. There ain't nothing you're going to do about it. And you can either keep going, or you can just sit there, deny it, and run away from it. So I'm sure there's other options, but those seem to be the main ones, right? So, and it seems like more people are rolling with it and learning from it, so, which is great, and it's awesome. And I guess the younger age you learn it, the better. Some people, they never learn from it. It might throw them into a dark spiral of depression or something. You never know, because unless if you've been through that part in your life where you've been through that, which I'm sure a lot of people have, and stuff like that. So, but there's also a lot of people that haven't, and they might hide in a bottle, they might hide in drugs, any kind of drugs, they might hide just in their room. Some people, they end it, just because they thought that was their life, and when that ended to them, they ended it as well. So they might as well just end it, I guess. So, but as human beings, we're very enduring, very endurable. Especially if you're alive, like they say, like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Grow thicker skin and move on from it, and try to develop something a little bit better, and like they say, learn from your mistakes. It's not easy. It's always going to be hard, no matter what, because you're always trying to evolve that and make it better. So it's never going to be right, but it might not be as wrong as it used to be. So I don't know shit. I'm still I'm still learning. I'm still trial and errors, and just doing the best to hang on, right? Just like everybody else, and that's all you can do. So, we got. So we're gonna do that stuff this weekend. Hopefully, get a review for Dave's Hot Chicken. I don't know if we can do a lot of filming and like that tour for the gangster stuff, but I believe we can take pictures. So I'll have that. We're gonna take pictures and have it posted up on the Facebook and stuff like that. So, to you that see this and want to see those pictures, they'll be up there after this weekend. So I'll probably post them on the next Ramble. I'll try to have a Ramble on Monday. We'll see how it goes. If I don't forget again, might be Tuesday. So, but it is what it is. We're gonna have the Dragon Boat Festival the next week, but I do want to. I'm gonna have a special guest on. He wants to experience. He wants to share with us like his encounters with a Bigfoot. So or Bigfoot, big feet. I don't know how you say it plurally, but multiple Bigfoots. I talked to him, and it's when he talks about the stuff, you could tell in his face that like people kind of chastised him throughout the years of, call him crazy and stuff like that. But, I'm not going to call him that because in our native culture, we believe in Bigfoot. There's so many stories I grew up with where, very respectable people, they had their own like Bigfoot encounters. A couple of them, not a lot, not all of them, that'd be kind of weird. But I known one, she was very respected elder down in the city. She worked at the Heart of the Earth Survival School. She was the language teacher. Ona Kingbird, also a cousin. So, but when she was growing up, she had an encounter with like Bigfoot. I think she was just like 18 or something like that, 19. She had like her kids. It was the way she explained the story. It was horrifying, like very scary and stuff like that. I remember because I was in like 6th grade when she was telling us the story in our language class. So, right after prayers and stuff, we had like 10 more minutes and she didn't have any more material to teach us at the time except, gave us our homework and we're going to go home, right? But so she ended up telling us about Bigfoot and stuff like that because, native culture, it has a lot of lore, a lot of myths, or what people call myths, like mythological creatures and stuff like that, Bigfoot and all that. And there's a lot of people out there that do have those experiences, that have weird experiences and stuff like that. So, I've had my own experience with like ghosts, seen some stuff that like UFO type stuff in the air, late at night. Recently, I just had some weird drones down the highway down on the way home from work, and it was crazy. People might think you're crazy for bringing it up, and they're like, nobody drives a drone that late at night, going 70 plus miles per hour down a highway. And I'm like, they were weaving in and out of the tree line and stuff like that. So, if you're in Bemidji area, you ever seen any kind of weird drone? It was like soundless too. So, I think I seen it one night too when I was walking. Sometimes I walk on break time. I walk around the thing, but I seen that thing in the sky at 11 o'clock break, and it shut its lights off after it dropped down below the tree line there, in between the 4 lights that we have there, and it shut its light off. But it was soundless, but I could still see the object. But when it turned its light off, all you could see was barely see the outline, and it disappeared. It went off fast. I was like, what the fuck is that, And I told my boy Matt about it, and he was like, oh, that's weird. Are they watching you? And stuff like that. And it's like, dude, I don't fucking know, dude. I never seen some shit like that before. And then I seen that drone on the side of the highway going fast as shit. And I don't know if it was the same thing that I seen that night I was walking, or if it's something totally different, or if people are flying drones past midnight or something over there. But it went for miles. It went right after that roundabout by Ann Street and the highway there to Black Duck, and it went and it stopped a little bit before Lazy Jack. So it was flying that far along the highway and through the tree lines and shit like that, going 70 plus. And I was like, holy crap. I just went home. I was like, fuck that. I couldn't whip out my phone and try to record it or anything like that. Obviously, because I don't want to crash and stuff like that. And, you know, it was weird. Whether somebody believes it or not, if you see it, you know it's true. And back to this, my buddy that's gonna be coming on, you know, like he looked like he was about to, you know, be in tears, and it reminded me of like Ona's story. Rest in peace. She passed away years ago now, over a decade. Very respectable woman, and you know, probably one of the best people I've known when I was growing up, with how she would share like a lot of these creation stories, or any kind of like lore stories or myth stories, you know. So awesome. And you know, I kind of seen the passion in this man's face. So I'm not really one to cast doubt. So I just want him to come on, share a story, his life, you know. So hopefully it'll be a good one. Hopefully we'll get some time, you know what I mean? So, but I plan on doing that next weekend. We set a date already. I forgot, I didn't know Dragon Boat was gonna go that late, so Eli, if you're watching this, buddy, might have to do a Saturday, unless if you want to do it way late on Friday, but I'll talk to you here when I see you here. So that's not much there. And you know, I had this other buddy, and she's Christian, right? And because I don't care what religion you are or what you believe in and stuff like that. As long as you're a good person, you treat me well, I'll treat you well, and you know, the whole 9 yards, right? Because that's all it should be required to be friends, or you know, being around other people. You know, you don't have to just be around like other Christian people or whatever. I don't think the world will benefit if we segregate each other because of our religious beliefs and stuff like that. But you know, that's subjective. You can believe whatever fuck you want at the end of the day. But she really like loves her old man boyfriend, stuff like that. And she was talking about like marriage and stuff like that. And you know, I ain't never been married, but you know, like if you're really considering it, what I said was like, you don't have to be telling me this. And like, congrats though if you want to, but at the end of the day, you should be talking to your significant other, this person that you hold special in your heart, and you know, you hold dearly to yourself, and you know, you should be talking to this person and being like, hey man, I'm serious about this, and you know, like this isn't like, don't worry about it being a normal occurrence in Christianity where the guy should just ask or whatever. Because, you know, maybe this guy thinks differently, or, you know, who knows? Maybe he's like, I don't care about marriage or something. But if that's what you want and whatnot, you know, like, bring it up. Tell them, and, you know, have a serious discussion if this person's considering it as well, and, you know, is serious about how you feel and cares about you just as much, they'll for sure consider it. If not, then, you know, you might have an argument. You might have a shit ton of excuses or something like that. But, you know, I ain't saying, like, go break up with the person just because of that, neither. Like, what I'm saying is they might not be on that wavelength, like, yet, you know. Sometimes you got to wait. Sometimes you choose to continue to be with them or not because of that. And, you know, it's up to you decipher if they want to walk the same road as you through marriage, and stuff like that. Like I said, I've never been married, so I don't really know. And these are just like things like how my mom would talk when I was growing up, and how what I should look for in a partner, and how they made me feel and stuff like that. So, and been looking forward ever since, right? And you come to understand it more, and understand yourself, and understand relationships with another person as you age, as you gain experience and stuff like that. So, and you go through a fuck ton of heartbreak at the same time. So, but that's part of life, right? You're not living if you don't get your heart broke once or twice, or a million times, or 1,000 times. It's just a matter of getting back up, and getting punched in the face again, right? So, you just gotta keep trucking along, man. When you give up is when it's over. So don't ever give up, no matter what. There's been so many people that I've seen in life, I've encountered, who you think would be like down and out, right? There ain't no coming back, but motherfucker finds a way to come back, and you can't help but root for them, and you're proud for them, you're happy, stuff like that, and it's awesome. And you're like, dude, usually people say, when they're like that, they're just a piece of shit for the rest of their life or whatever, and no, not always. Not always. You choose to be that. You choose to make a change in your life or not, and you go with it. If you don't, and you choose to never change, nobody's going to change you no matter what. No matter how much you love them, no matter how much they love you, you're not going to change, right? That's just life sometimes. And you gotta, as a person that's with a person like that, I'm not saying that person's like that. I'm just saying other stuff because whatever. I'm not, because I don't know him. Never really met the guy, but he sounds like a cool guy and stuff like that. So I mean, I hope the best. And I was like, dude, I hope whatever if you reciprocates it. But I was like, also, don't listen to everything I say. Like. If I'm not trying to say break up with him or something just because he doesn't want to get married right now or anything like that. It's just that you should be talking to him about it and putting that in his mind, especially if that's what you want, and you got to make it known. It doesn't matter what your religious beliefs are. That man has to do it first. Women can do it first too. I know it was uncommon when I was coming up. I was probably in high school, and they're like, oh, more and more women are starting to propose to the man type stuff. So if you love somebody and that's how you feel, that's what you should do. And if they're serious, they'll return the feelings too. If not, you have a choice of continuing to be in that relationship or not, or go down the road and go at it again, and hopefully you find a person that's serious about it, if you're not willing to wait. So, yeah, I'm not going to name any names or anything like that. So, but I do wish her best, and hopefully on their anniversary that her voice is heard, and that it's her feelings are also given back. So that's awesome. I'm always happy for people like that. So. Yeah, shit. I think that's going to conclude this ramble here today. Yeah. Hey, if you're new here and you made it this far, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Hit me up with a comment or anything like that. Tell me how I did. If you're returning, hey guys, I appreciate you guys dropping by again, man. I always do. You guys know it. And I love you guys. And if you guys got any comments for me, drop them down below. You see me in public, talk to me. I don't know. Like I said, I'm an awkward person, so no matter how much I talk on these things, I'm still an awkward weirdo in person. I want that to be known and stuff like that. But I try not to overstep my boundaries in some of those things and be too much of a weirdo, because I'm just awkward, and I just don't want to weird people out. So, but you know, it is what it is. It ain't like I'm like angry at some people or something like that, because I know I've been told I look like a bulldog, and I get that from my mom, you know. Love you, Mom. So, but regardless, love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and that concludes another ramble, and I hope to see you guys again. Peace.